Hey, thank you for being here. We're going to start with City Beauty Lip Oil. We're going to be using 2 of my Lethal Cosmetics BYOPs, and I'm excited to do that. Base face is done, brows, lower lash line, and the rims. And so we're going to be using my Rainbow Shorebird palette. My members helped me name the palettes. And this one is Motley. So this is what we're working with. I don't really have a plan. I'm just going to call out the shades as I use them. Yeah, so I was looking at it just before I started, and I'm like, okay, I may do this, may do that. And because some of these are dual chromes, I forget like what they show up as far as the shift, because sometimes they're, you know, just regular, whatever the base shade is, and then sometimes you do actually see the shift, so I don't know. So we're going to prime the eye and do the intro and then get into these looks. Hello again and welcome. My name is Dion, and I call this the crazy troll nation of YouTube. Why do I call it that? The crazy is knowing it's okay to be your authentic self in a world where people will tell you who and how you should be. Just be who you are. It is very freeing to stop trying to live up to other people's expectations of how they think you should act. Why they all in your business? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, and the troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain tool, a certain technique, or a certain brand, because that's what they're telling you in whatever video you're watching. I'm here to tell you, use whatever you want to, however you want to get your makeup on in a way that you are satisfied with it. Here at the Crazy Troll Nation, we believe in self-acceptance and self-love, embracing our natural features, enhancing them if we want to, when we want to, but never feeling like we have to. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even when you're not wearing face paint. So that's the motto of the Crazy Troll Nation, excuse me. That's what we stand for. That's what we live by. And I hope it resonates with you if that's your first time hearing it. And if you've been hearing it, I do hope that it has become, excuse me, one of your daily affirmations. So, 2 tidbits about me. Sometimes I curse because I curse sometimes. And there's an organism that lives in my throat named Bruce that likes to hiccup, gurgle, and belch because he wants attention. I try to be aware of him to say, excuse me, but sometimes it gets past me. So if you hear something and I don't say, excuse me, please forgive me ahead of time. Okay, so we're going to take Proxima. It is a shift. It looks like a pink green. So we're going to put that, right here. That was one pat, y'all. Like, Lethal just works for me. More so, their BYOPs. I don't really care too much, it seems, for their pre-made palettes. We're going to cover that up with something. This is still off of that first pat, y'all. Their pre-made palettes, I did have a few. I really like Jolena because that was like a grungy goth type color story. And now we're going to take, Noodle, one of those marbled shades. It's white, pink, orange, purple, lots of purple. So we're going to put that here. And the marble shades do show up as one color, even though when you look at it, you see like 3 or 4 different colors. What was I saying? I forgot that quick. Yeah, I did really like Jolena because it had that grungy goth vibe to it. When they came out with Evergreen and whatever the other one was, because Evergreen was like a green-based palette, and the other one was like a reddish base palette. And I didn't want either one of those, like that entire color story through the palette. And so I looked at, and they do tell you like what shades are what shades. And so I picked shades from each palette and made a BYOP from that, and I really enjoyed it. I had their Midnight Serenade. It was okay, a little light for my liking, says me that's putting on light shades right now. And I kept it for a little while, and then, yeah, I kept it for a little while, and then they came out with Spellcraft. Oh, I had a hard time with some of those metallics that were in that palette. And so I ended up swapping out some of the Midnight Shade colors for Spellcraft, and I put Spellcraft in my Macari store, and then I ended up putting Midnight Serenade in there too. Like it was just something, I don't know, but they're BYOPs, the ones I have, and I have probably 12 of them, and each one are 12 shades. That's a lot of freaking Lethal Cosmetic shades. So I'm looking at what to put next. There is a darker purple, but I don't really want this to be monochromatic. So we're gonna go for a green marble. This is Black Forest. It has gold and green in it, it looks like. And we're just gonna see. Ooh, yeah. I really like the shadows. I don't know in the future like what I would purchase from them. I do like their mascara. I have the white one, it's called Capacity. And that sucker really volumizes my lashes like crazy. And so I have been curious about their other color mascaras. But I do know how to make a color mascara. And so we're going to do that in a video one day. And I am excited to share that with you. But I don't really want to just buy it from Lethal because one, they're overseas. And two, I always pay shipping because I don't order enough to get free shipping. And so, and because I have 109 of their single shadows in my BYOPs, it's like, what else could I want? And I know they reformulated or rebranded or something lately, but I don't, something's in this eye. I don't feel any pull to, you know, try the new ones, the new shadows, to see how they compare with these shadows. And I'm on a no buy. So I'm really ambivalent about anything right now, makeup and skincare wise. I'm like, I'm on a no buy, so I'm not buying anything anyway. But when they first, you know, said they were, you know, doing stuff, I'm like, well, can you give us a side by side of this shadow and then the reformulated one or whatever? Like, show me what it is that's supposed to be different. We are going to take a matte shade now, and we're going to take Frantic. I kind of want to do, that's another green. So I'm just trying to mix up colors here. I saw a new collab on Instagram, and I'm excited about it. And it's Tiger's Eye. I will link her Instagram down below. And what the collab is, she explained how we're going to lightly feather just to blend these, if they will. And she was saying how like November, December, everything is really colorful, decorations, blah, blah, blah. And then like from December to, well, January to like March, everything was kind of like meh as far as color stories. And so she has time frames for different colors that we can use. And so from like, I think the first one is January 5th to the 18th of January, and she lists either 3 or 4 colors, and so we're to pick one color. So it's called the collab is Monochromatic Meh Months, I think is what it's called. And so we pick one color out of the 3. Some months she did list 4, but we pick one of the colors and we do a monochromatic look based off of that. And I think it's going to be challenging. I'm not wired for monochromatic. They are really pretty looks though. And so, and we have all the colors, y'all. And so I encourage y'all to check out her Instagram. And if you do looks, you know, join the collab, because all you got to do is do the look and then, you know, post to tag her, put the name of the collab as a hashtag and tag her to make sure that she sees it. And it is that simple. And so I am excited about it. I'm excited about it because, as I said, I'm not wired for monochromatic looks. Says me, that's kind of, well, no, this isn't monochromatic. And so it's going to challenge me. And like, say I pick the color red. Okay, how many different reds do I have that I can incorporate into this look and not just use like one shade or like 2 shades? And so I'm excited in that I believe and feel like it's going to challenge me to do stuff I normally wouldn't do. You know what I mean? And when I do monochromatic looks, it's not intentional. I'm just like, oh, let's put this color here, put that color here. And I'm like, okay, this is really monochromatic. Like, I don't intend for it to be that way. And again, like, because some of the shades have shifts, this is colorful. I like this. I really like this look. We're going to, whatever's left on this brush from this shade, we're just going to drag this over to about here. Ooh. And we're going to do the same over here. I'm hungry. I slept a lot today. Actually, yesterday. It is after midnight, and because yesterday morning I went to sleep later than usual, so I woke up a lot later than usual. And at one point, during, excuse me for stammering, one of my wake ups, I'm like, you know what, I can get up and do this and this and that. Next thing I know, I'm just rolling back over under the covers. So I'm like, okay, that didn't work. But I do not. I see one fleck of fallout. I see a few, but it's blending in with my highlighter, which is awesome. So, like, seriously, it is, because then it doesn't look like it's a fallout. I got an itch. I don't want to use that brush. I have an itch. I got an itch, like, right here. I'm going to take this brush as I normally do and just blend out. I'm going to start over here, this top line. And then we're going to put, I think, 2 shades for our transition. I think you'll see this the second week in January, which is probably the first full week in January. But let me know how you're doing. Like, stuff is just crazy. I saw a post from Reese Waters about the Venezuelan strike. Congress is supposed to approve those things, and you know who and his handful of people, they just did it on their own. Like, they didn't even tell Congress. They didn't seek approval from Congress, which Congress is supposed to approve strikes. And so it's just like, and we know it's not going to be any repercussions, because that's how it's been all year. Well, all 2025. I can hardly believe we're in the new year already. But it's just like, so you just, and of course, bombing. You know, people died over there from the strikes, and they're saying it's about, and he did have the troops take the president and his wife of that country, and they're supposed to be bringing them here to stand trial for stuff that they stood trial for before, like in absentee, whatever you call it. But I'm just like, this is just nuts. This is just, and their reasoning is nuts too as to why they didn't tell Congress. 4547 was saying because you say stuff ahead of time and it gets leaked. I'm like, excuse me, like, your people the one that be leaking stuff and sending stuff to reporters and text messages that nobody needs to see except such and such people, but y'all leaking stuff to the wrong crowd. So it's just really just kind of crazy to me. We're gonna do a yellow right here for this half of the. No, we're going to take Arboreal, and I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. Do I want to do a green though first? I'm going to take Arboreal. It's like a camel color. And we're just going to put this under the brow, just right here. So it's just nuts. And then when I did get up, I watched one of the news channel videos about the strike. And so they're saying, like, it's about the oil. But it's just like, and then of course others are saying it's a distraction from the files. I saw that there was a thumbnail. I forget what channel because I didn't watch it. I'm very particular about which news stations that I watch. And they were saying like 500,000 more files were found. So people are like, okay, even if they're saying this is about oil, it's a distraction from the files. And I'm just, it's just nuts, y'all. And I keep thinking like, what else can happen? But then more stuff just keeps happening. And it's just, it's like a clown car. Like, stuff just keeps happening. Stuff just keeps coming out. And it's just like, why? We didn't use this brush, so we're going to put that home. I'm going to take this brush that I love for under my brow bone. And we're going to take a bright yellow. And this is called Infinity. This shade, if I remember, is bright. Yep. Ooh. Man. So we're going to blend it. Because, ooh. I think I'm going to do a yellow eyeliner, too, for my upper lash line, because that'll tie in really nice with this right here. Y'all, this shade. I think I put too much on the brush, but look at, I forgot about it. Excuse me for smacking, but we did kind of take care of that because with all the other shadows on. I'm putting this here to cover more of that first shade that I took up there that I didn't mean to. Yo, this is nuts. So what did we use? Let me hold it the right way so I don't get it confused. From this palette, we used, this is Infinity that we just put under the brow. What else did we use from here? Did we use a purple? Yo, I don't even remember what we used. I want to say, you know what? I'm going to just close this up because I don't remember. This looks like we tapped into it, but I don't know where. I don't know, y'all. I apologize. What we used from there. Maybe it was just those two. From this palette, from Motley, we used Black Forest. We used, this is Frantic. That's this outer corner shade. And we use, this is the one that we use for transition shade. So we did use another one from that other palette, like that second purple shade. Or was that from here? Y'all, yeah, it was from the first palette, from Rainbow Shore Burt. But we did say that though. This is the first shade we used on our inner corner. And this shade is called Firefly. That's this first shade right here. The second shade we used was this one, and this one is Noodle. Yeah, I apologize if I confused you, because I'm listening to myself and I'm confused. So we're going to use a lethal water activated eyeliner, and we're going to we didn't do lower lash line. Y'all didn't tell me. Inner rims we have from MAC Color Excess Gel Pencil Eyeliner Perpetual Shock on our inner rims, upper and lower, and on our lower lash line also from MAC we have The Last Word. All of a sudden I'm feeling nauseous. So let's open these back up. We're going to do 2 different shades on the lower lash line, and I think we're going to take them out of Rainbow Shore Burt, because we did use 3 shades out of there, and I think we used maybe 3 out of the Motley. I don't know. We're going to use our Fenty 220s. Yo, I don't know. I want to use shades that I didn't use. We're going to use both the greens. We're going to use both of these greens. This is Habitat and this is Wilderness. First half lower lash line, second half lower lash line. And we do have out 2 brushes. And so, yeah, we're going to see what this does. I'm excited. But, yeah, so I don't know. Let me know if you're a lethal fan. I remember getting the 7-Up palette, the second one, in a mystery bag. Because there was a time, like, each year for maybe, like, 2 years in a row, at least 2 years in a row, that I would order 2 of the mystery bags when they would be, like, half off. And so both of them that one year had the 7-Up 2 palette in there. I didn't like that palette. It was just, the shades didn't work well for me. They were dry, patchy, and I was just like, okay. So one I did a giveaway for, and one I sent to Janessa, and it may just be preference, but I didn't like the formula of that palette. I did not at all. And I'm not going to say that's why it was in the mystery bag, because Jolena one year was in the mystery bag, and I was like, ooh. And I already had Jolena, and so this is when Lynette was still doing content. I sent her a picture of it, and I'm like, would you like this palette? She was like, ooh, that's pretty. Yeah, I'll take it. And so I had sent that to her, and I think we did a collab with that palette. I'm not sure. But that one eventually died on me. If they did bring it back, I would really consider repurchasing it, because I really liked that palette. It was grungy, it was goth, it was dark based, and y'all know I like dark shadows, well, at least dark based shadows. And I was just like, man, this palette is nice. It was nice. But yeah, that was one that I really liked, and I kept it till it died on me, meaning till, you know, it started irritating my lids. Sometimes I get rid of stuff when the formula starts to change. If I'm not really in love with the palette, and so I will still keep it even through the formula change until it starts irritating my eyes. And I kept that one till it started irritating my eyes. When I had Mission XXX, I got rid of it way past excuse me, when it had started dying, and also a couple of the shades started irritating my eyes, and I'm like, okay, I need to just get rid of this because, you know, this isn't worth my eye health. And so I like this under here. Oh man, y'all. Whew. All right, so I'm looking for fallout. I see some possible specks of fallout that's hidden in the what? Hidden in hidden in my highlighter. We're gonna take, I'm thinking Banana Boom because it is a bold shade, and like this is a bold shade, but then at some angles you can't really, actually you can because I made a wider line. Sometimes I just do like right here. Yeah, we're going to do that one. That's Banana Boom. We're going to take that yellow shade. Why am I feeling nauseous? Ugh, where's my water? I keep water in here for the water-based, water activated eyeliners. So what do y'all think about that strike? And no, this is not a political channel, but I was just like, so you just really doing stuff on your own? And because of the way they did it, it's illegal by national and international law. And so are we surprised that 4547 broke the law? I mean, he is a convicted felon. So are we even surprised? But it's just like, how much more can go on? And for all the talk they keep saying about his health and his mental health and his mental decline, why the hell y'all still letting him make decisions? And, you know, every once in a while somebody will bring up, and he has access to nuclear codes. Like, is this the guy you want to have access to these codes when he just be spazzing out anytime somebody hurt his feelings about something? And that's something I be thinking about too. Is like, okay, now he done did a strike without even telling who he is supposed to tell, and without getting approval from who he needs to get approval for. And what's going to happen about it? Probably nothing. And so on Reddit, I hear more about the codes. I put too much water in it because I dipped in again. So we're going to tap on this. This is the palette that I used for face primer and foundation. And so that's what I don't understand either. And there's a lot of stuff I don't understand, and I know stuff isn't always for me to understand. But why keep saying like he's, you know, demented or whatever? And everybody, well, not everybody, but some people are still okay with him being in power. So you're saying you're okay with someone with a lack of sound mental ability being in that position. That's what y'all are telling me. Not y'all that are watching me, but the people who are okay to let him keep doing what he's doing. It's just crazy to me. And yet, here we are. We're still here. We are still living, you know, our day-to-day life. And I'm gonna be real with y'all, because y'all know I am. I think I put it on my community tab when I shared Reese Waters' post about the strike and him not getting permission from Congress. I had put, this is why, well, not because of that, but I was saying how I didn't send out any Happy New Year's. I responded to people who sent me Happy New Year's stuff saying thank you, same to you. Because in my mind, I'm like, what's going to be happy about it under this administration? Yes, in my personal life, there can be joy and happiness, but overall, on like a global scale, or even just this country, I'm just like, it's going to be just more and more stuff. And so I'm like, yeah, like individually we can have moments where we're happy about stuff. I do believe that. But when I think of the bigger picture, it's just like, I ain't feeling it, dog. Like, I ain't feeling it. We're going to put Lancome Stills Booster XL mascara primer on our lashes, upper and lower. So so let me know what you think about that. And again, this is not a political channel. I just have a tendency when something is on my mind, I talk about it. This look though, ooh. And you know what, I'm looking at these colors. They all just kind of blend in like it is just one multi-chrome. I love when I do a look and it looks that way. Like everything, man, everything just flowing. Take this out here. This is Max Stack Elevated Mascara. I do like their stack. I mean, they're stack. They're Max Stack. But I don't like the wand to that one. So we're using a disposable mascara wand. I'm thinking of doing a video of my makeup journey, and like what I've learned from it, and am still learning from it. And because as we go along, you know, we may change our mind about some things, or we may do things differently. And so I am going to do a video about that. And if you would like to do one too, feel free. I'm not one of them people that's like, oh, I have this idea and I'm not going to mention it because somebody's going to steal it. Is anything really original anymore? You know what I'm saying? Like, you really think you're the only person that ever had that thought? And I've heard a couple creators say that, oh, I have this idea for a series, but I'm not going to say what it is because people be stealing my ideas. And I'm just like, are you serious? Are you really serious? And they be serious. And I just be like, wow, so you really think? It's just funny to me. So if I have an idea for something, y'all speak on it. I mean, if somebody else do it, I'm fine. Or we can do a collab about it too. Oh, maybe I will. Who would I ask to do a collab with what we learned through our makeup journey? I started wearing makeup in 2004, 2005. That's when I started wearing makeup. Yeah, I was in my 30s when I started wearing makeup. So I'm trying to think of a lip color now. I like that upper lash line liner because it does play off of this shade up here. I'm thinking of green for the lip because then that'll play off of the lower lash line. What do I have? Or I can do a black and put tap a shadow on top of it, which I am known to do. This Loving the Dead matte black with emerald green sparkles. Excuse me, do I want to use that one? This is Exquisite Beauty. This is the one that smells rank. It smells like burnt toffee. I kept going back and forth on whether to keep it. All right, we're going to use it again. We're going to put it over top of Rune, which is super opaque, rich black. This is also notoriously morbid, and so is this one. So we're going to put on Rune and then put Exquisite over it, because last time I used Exquisite Beauty, I did put it over, I lined and filled in my lips with a black lip liner. And I did like how Exquisite looked over that. On my natural lips, it turns up two different colors because it is a dual chrome, multi-chrome. My bottom lip looked pink and my top lip looked green. And when you look at my natural lip color, it is pink down here, and then you see my lip line is brownish, but most of my top lip is that brownish shade, except when you look in like this part right here, because of how my lips are shaped. And so that's why I think like it showed up two different colors, because for me, lighter lipsticks and even glosses, they just kind of play off of the color of my natural lips anyway, my natural lip color. And so when I put it over a black lip liner, it was a consistent color and it looked nice. And so that's what made me decide to keep it. The smell of it though, y'all, I'm just like, why do you smell like burnt toffee? Putting my other brush away. These are all the brushes I use for this look. It's ridiculous. Not really. And we did use our skin. I used a lot of stuff in this video that I hadn't used in a while because I had an epiphany to change something. So we're going to put on Rune. I like y'all. I like this look. So this is Rune. My favorite lip color is black, for those who don't know. I think I'm gonna leave that like that in the middle. I see as I round this part off. My favorite formula is MAC's Retro Matte Liquid Lip Color. I have their two darkest shades, Coarse Caviar Black, y'all, that. And their next darkest color is this one. This is High Drama. Get the glare off for you. High Drama, and it's described as Deep Rich Plum is what it's described as. I do want their other colors, but all of them are lighter than those two. And I'm like, I want darker colors. I don't remember what I personally thought of their Powder Kiss liquid lipsticks. And I'm sure I like them enough because I had purchased some for my kit, and I don't purchase things for my kit that I can't vouch for. So it might be a, yeah, I like it thing versus I love it thing. But I am thinking about seeing those to see how I feel about it for me. Or maybe I need to see what other dark colors they have first, or what dark colors that they have, and then decide. So we're gonna give this a few moments to dry, and then we're gonna put Exquisite Beauty on it. I'm having chili for dinner, y'all. What did I, well, actually lunch, because I had breakfast and that was it. And I had some water and I think like a sip of black tea. And that was it. So that's why Bruce has been mostly quiet today. So this is Exquisite Beauty. I just don't like how it smells. It smells like burnt toffee. Oh, this is not really even showing up over this black. And that's why I kept it. It showed up over a black lip liner. And I think because it's thinner. Like, this is, I really like that one. It's a thicker consistency. Their metallics and their dual chromes are a much thinner formula than their matte. I am a liquid lipstick person. I mean, it's okay. I being that it doesn't show up much, like I can tap a shadow on it and get this look. You know what I'm saying? So MAC Retro Matte Liquid Lip Colors, that's my favorite all-time matte lipstick, formula. Notoriously Morbid, their mattes are my second favorite. Is this their metallic ones that are thinner? And some people like that because then you build it up instead of just going straight in. Like this was just, y'all saw how it was. And all of their mattes are like that. You put it on, it's just there. Like, hey, you invited me, I'm here. What's up? How you doing? And so this is our look, y'all. I do dig it. Let's go ahead and take pictures. We're going to do this side. My hat looking funny. Then we're going to do this one. And we're going to hold up both of these palettes and take a picture for the gallery. Thank you if you're still here, because I often wonder how many people stay for the pictures at the end. Like they're probably like, girl, she done, bye. I'm out of here. All right. Oh, I'm coordinated. So these are the two. These are the two palettes that we use. So this one will be for the gallery. So let's take this picture. Thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you for bearing with me when I do pictures at the end of videos. And I do them sometimes at the end of the video because sometimes I forget to do them. And I kind of feel like I'm going to forget to do them now. So thank you for being here for that. If you did stay for that, subscribe. If you have not, if you keep coming back, just go ahead and subscribe. What else? Click join it'll show you the channel membership perks. And then if you like the perks, then you actually join. Really short process, $2.99 a month. We're going to go. Thank you. I appreciate your time. And as always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you'll see me soon.